So Johnson, you talked today about the link between identity in Christ and God-given influence.
Yeah.
How does that outwork itself, and could you embellish on that?
Yeah, because to me identity is everything. I've been in a place where I go into this meeting and I've sat there and just felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All the time. For a good hour I'd be sitting there thinking, I need to say something.
Yeah.
And then I think, hold on. But no, that guy is there is the director of the company. This guy is there is the CEO. This guy here is, and I am just a, and I'm thinking, the best thing I can do is keep my mouth shut, because if you keep your mouth shut, nobody will know how little you know.
Yeah.
When you do that,
Yeah.
you actually live in the wrong identity. I'm just comparing myself or my position with everybody else in the room.
Sure.
And the training I had to overcome that was, hey, the advice was, whenever you go into a meeting, open your mouth in the first 5 minutes. It'll break the ice.
Right.
Okay? And I think that works.
Sure. And is that how you overcome comparison?
No, it helps you overcome the initial bit.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
But the comparison is still in your head.
Yeah.
Okay? So for me, it's like saying, right, well, it's alright to compare positions.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But your position, just like the amount of money in your wallet, doesn't equate to your position with God.
Right, that's true. So true.
And so with God says, right, you're all elevated to sons and daughters.
Yeah.
One might be this position, one might be, one might be pastor, one might be cleaner, one might be, administrator. But in the eyes of God, you are level.
Yes.
And if you live in that identity, it gives you influence. Because without the pressure of comparing position or finances.
It's powerful, Johnson. Thank you.
Okay.
You went on to say today that the lessons you learn on the mountaintop are outworked in the valleys.
Yeah.
Do you have an example of that?
Well, yeah, I think mountaintops are the place where you be.
Yeah.
It's about, we went up Scarfell Pike a few weeks ago.
That's brave.
Yeah, I know. You should have seen me being dragged all the way up there. After 4 hours of getting up to the top, you know what you do when you get to the top? You just sit down and go. And then after your heart slows down, you admire the view. And that view feeds your soul. The vistas around you, you're not going to get that anywhere else, because you've got to that place, and that's the mountaintop experience. And those experiences God gives you as well. And sometimes you need to have the hardest discipline is the discipline to stop. To sit down, to physically stop, and then to stop your mind. To say, I stop my mind so that God can speak. I shut up so that I can hear Him. And in that place you get refreshment. And then you take that mountaintop experience, and in the valley is where the work is. In the valley is where the doing bit. The mountaintop is the being bit with God.
Fantastic.
And a lot of people, including Christians, spend so much time in the doing that they have very little time in the being. And to grab hold of your mountaintop experiences and to make those experiences the same as when you're in the bottom doing the work.
That's awesome.
Because hey, you know what? If God was at the top, He's at the bottom as well, isn't He?
That's true.
He's with you in the battle, He's with you in the top. And so it's holding on to those experiences. It's holding on, you've had prophecy in your life, haven't you? And some of it's happened, some of it's coming true.
That's true.
And some of it, we actually slow it down.
Yeah.
Because we don't hold on to it as promises long enough.
Yeah.
And I think when we do, we actually accelerate that process of things coming.
Wonderful. Thank you, Johnson. You answered that question very well and very concisely.
Thank you.
So as a leadership team, Johnson, how have you implemented this whole message on influence into your own lives?
The key word there is team. The key word is team. Because a lot of the times, individuals, you look at it and think, yeah, he's a star player, or she's the best one. And I think it's always going to be team.
Yes.
Because team means that your influence affects me.
That's true.
The good things that you do, I want to emulate.
Yeah.
The bits that I need help on, I look to you to influence me, so that you look at my back and I look after your back, and together we make that team that lifts, that really lifts each other before God.
Yes. And I believe, Johnson, that's what unity looks like.
Yeah.
In the church.
Yeah. It's accepting people's faults, but exerting influence and exerting positive influence.
Yes. Yeah.
In a place where we trust each other to do that.
Yeah.
And that to me is why team and influence really come together.
It's dynamic. Fantastic. Johnson, this message on intimacy and influence, how does that fit in with our 4G vision of get, gather, grow and go?
Jez, you ask some hard questions. I think you know the answer to that.
Well, I think, my opinion is that it's pivotal.
Yeah.
That those who have influence bring it to bear on our 4G vision. So for each aspect of that 4G vision, we have influencers implementing it in the body of the church.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because influence is power.
Yes.
And if you look at it from a hierarchical perspective, you say, right, well, the guys on the top are the ones who implement and have the influence.
Yes.
Well, that's wrong. The kingdom is upside down.
Yeah.
The kingdom says you are all influencers.
Yes, that's true.
And so that we all move together. And I need your influence just as much as I need anybody else in the church to bring this 4G purpose to fruition. So Jez, you've got the job.
Thank you, Johnson.
I'll tell Will tomorrow.
I couldn't fill his boots.